disrespect, man. It just won't stop, man. Yo, he's the most disrespected superstar that I've ever seen, man. Ever, man. I've never seen a superstar like sports wise, right, get disrespected as much as Kobe, man, and used as a punching bag for talking points to prove somebody's better at what they're not better than, right? I've never seen no shit like this, and you know, it's mainly guys like, you know, I know Gilbert Arenas. I haven't listened to him. I haven't heard. He hasn't really made a lot of noise lately. His shows usually they did a lot of Kobe disrespect. Um, Shannon Sharp definitely. He's him and Nick Wright and Gil Serena. They're like the worst when it comes to the disrespect to Kobe, man. And what's crazy, like, I boom with Shannon Sharp, you got a basketball player that played against Kobe, played years against Kobe. That's sitting there, yes man, it up with you like, yeah, yeah, I see where you going, yeah, yeah. Like, yo, fan, come on, you was a hooper, man. You know what time it is, man. You play ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you letting this man stomp all over a man who's not even with us no more. Legacy just to uplift his boy now. So now he claims at one point, Shannon said the only thing was God, Michael Jordan, and Kobe. I don't know his quotes word for word, but he said, things changed. First he said it was a bet. Now he's saying, well, now 2012. Now he's looking at all of LeBron's accolades and looking at championships, but there's no context to it. It's just all like this. Like everything is up front, right in your face. Like boom, he got his accolades. He's got championships. He's got MVPs. All of this stuff. The face value, right, is like, all right, this Gucci watch. This shit is crazy. And, or I'm not even gonna use Gucci. The Mercedes Benz, because I know a few of my friends had them cars, right? But when them shits break down, it's hard to fix them shits. They cost bread to fix it. It's not really worth buying. You know what I'm saying? Like, on face value, it's a nice car, that shit luxury, everything, right? But when them shits get into the nitty gritty, they not really worth about shits break down, man. My friend cars stay breaking down. Y'all put 5,000 in this, 2,000 in this, too. When you're dealing with LeBron, you gotta trade this piece, trade. You gotta have all this shit to make him look good. All these expensive pieces to make him look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So, they don't put these contexts into it. That he played with several superstars, right? But they always take shots. They'll take the shot, only shot they really can take at Mike. They've taken shots at Michael Jordan too, like, and sometimes it's players and form like just to uplift this nigga, man. And it's crazy, man. It's really bad, man. I'm sorry I used the N word for a lot of people that don't like the N word. I know it's we should jump off of the N word, but reality, right? Because there is what you think, and then there's also reality. Reality is most of us grew up in the hood, and we used that word growing up. It was a part of our vocabulary. So I'm not trying to use the N word as and I shouldn't have to explain this, but I'm going to explain it because the reason you have to explain it is because there's a lot of brothers now who stay away from the N word, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, when we're using it, we're not using it. We're not trying to use it in a derogatory term. We should move away from the N word, but it's often comes out, when we're talking regular, because you can't talk regular on television. They're not going to put you on television if you're using the N word and all these words. They shouldn't. They're also not going to put you on television when you're not speaking on code. Or if you are given a difference of opinion, that difference of opinion, it can't veer too far from, their narrative. It can veer from the narrative, but not too far. It only veers from the narrative enough to bring some type of content to it so that there's a discussion and that they can get viewership, but not tell you the whole truth. And this is what I mean about the context of these arguments. Like when they'll say, like when they use Larry Bird, but Bird was more clutch. He was more of a he was better leader. Like they'll use stuff like that. He's a better leader, but they're not getting into the. They'll be like, what makes him better than LeBron? His leadership and he was clutch. Okay, it's cool. Those are two arguments. What about skill set? Passing, hustle, defense, rebounding, post abilities, all around ability. What about the things that he does on the court? Like, if you listen to Stephen A., I'll take LeBron for first 3.5 quarters, and then I need Bird to close that. So what does Bird doing all game? Just standing around, waiting for the ball, or it's crunch time? Let me get big. Bird is getting busy the whole fucking game, man. Man averaged 10, 11 rebounds a game, man. Like, he played defense. He hustled. I'm not saying he was a good defender or none of that, but what we're saying is he didn't just stand around, man. His team consistently won 50 to 60 games a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that slowed him down was back injuries, man. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, I don't understand that, man. Chris' career averaged 24 a game, some shit like that. What's the matter with you, man? Like, he just stood around to the fourth quarter. That don't make no sense, man. Come on. These are the narratives that they push, right? But we're gonna get back to Kobe. Like I said, they use him, man, as a. They never. I keep telling y'all, man. My videos aren't watched, obviously. I don't really care. Man, maybe one day people will see this shit, but at least my opinion is on deck for you to see. Kobe, I've been saying for a long time, right, was never supposed to be same as Jordan. They didn't anticipate Michael Jordan being as great as he was and capturing the lead the way he did. And they saw Kobe coming, pause, but they didn't see his potential in the beginning. Jerry West saw it, and then Jordan saw it coming. Like, oh, okay, here come Kobe. This boy was something to watch out for. And the league started to see it when he was getting on that court. Oh, this kid is the truth. Like, they, his first stigma was they looked at him as he's this guy's like another carbon copy of Jordan. It's not gonna last. It's like they thought Harold Miner would be baby Jordan and all this stuff. And he didn't even make it. I don't even know if he even made it. He made it to I don't know what happened. I think Miami Heat drafted him. I don't know what happened to him. He just vanished, B. And so they looked at Kobe as, oh, he's just another Mike wannabe, right? So the boy got on that court and started playing. They seen him giving Mike problems. Like, oh shit, this kid got some game to him. The next stigma was Shaq. He's always got the blame for, the Lakers' dysfunction. Always a selfish kid. He's just chucking shots. He's not giving Shaq the ball, but they don't put context to it. See, when Kobe retired and he started doing interviews, and then him and Shaq got back cool, a lot of the truth started coming out. Shaq was in shape. There was a lot of times when we saw Kobe doing things that you know what I'm saying? He was doing that because Shaq was in shape. He was not giving Shaq the ball because Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fight for the ball. Just think I'm just your puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Kobe wanted to prove I can play without. I don't need him. I don't need you. Let me check my coffee, man. I was eating breakfast. I might have to reheat my coffee, man. Sure do, man. Give me 1 second. My fault, man. So, you know, they blame Kobe with Shaq, right? You know, oh, he's selfish, oh, he's different. They were winning championships. So they really, that was kind of quiet in a lot of that shit. But, when they watched Kobe, doing what he doing, scoring 40, 9, 10 games, having to dumb himself down to, not take over the team, because Kobe really wanted his own team. He's selfish, he did da, he got the blame for that. Then the R-word allegations came up with the Colorado shit, so that really turned the media totally against him. And then he wasn't a media ass kisser, so they never liked Kobe, right? They didn't start liking Kobe till around the Olympics, and he actually, when Shaq won his championship, they was gloating that all over TV, him getting on Kobe. Oh, I got one more than you and all the other shit, and I got four, and all this, and he was throwing shots at Kobe, which was, them two in back and forth competition. They wanted to heighten that, you know, and then with Kobe, what I'm saying, they were watching his first round exits, they tore apart the team, so the team had to start from scratch. All these things, right, that was going on. They blame, he did robbed of MVPs, putting up crazy numbers, even though his teams was trash. He was single-handedly carrying those teams and, not getting the MVP recognition. Giving it to Steve Nash, who had a whole bunch of players on his team, man. All he had to do was dish the rock. That's it. I mean, Steve Nash was nice. Don't get it twisted. Steve Nash would cook you, but he wasn't better than Kobe, man. We all know that, man. Once Kobe, got himself together, figured out how to win, and they added Paul Gasol, they got him an actual piece. He showed I can do this without Shaq, and he went and did it. And then the Olympics, from the Olympics to him winning his championships, and without Shaq, it solidified his legacy, and it shut everybody up. It made people start to put him on a different level now. That level he should have, that he was always, probably trying to achieve. I don't know what was in his mind, but he wants to be in that room, and that put him in that room. He wasn't really in that room until he got to those championships after Shaq, right? And then he did back to back. So it was like, he's in that conversation now. They never wanted him in that conversation, though. Never. You know what I'm saying? So any chance they get, they try to stomp on his legacy, man. But like I said, he had to earn his way to that. On the court and off the court, he had to earn it, man. So, he had a tough journey, Kobe, man. Like, and then for y'all to stomp all over his legacy while he's gone, the man passed away. And several other people passed away with him. His daughter passed away. R.I.P. to all those people, man. That's sad and tragic. And for y'all to continue to try to stomp on his legacy just to elevate this guy, come on, man. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta stop. And it's like, yo, and when we, like I said, they just say LeBron's better. Oh, he has a 16-6 record. So with that logic, right, Isaiah is better than Mike because he beat Mike 3 straight years. Mike only beat him once. With that logic, Bird is better than Mike because he swept Jordan 2 years in a row, 86 and 87. So what are we saying here with that type of logic? With that logic, Curry's better than LeBron. Right? With that logic, Durant is better than LeBron. If we just going by wins and losses, man, that doesn't determine who's better. I just saw a post earlier where they were like, they had said, who gets up for Draymond Green? They had a bunch of players in there. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, a few other people, and then they had Karl Malone, and they had the nerve to say Karl Malone. Some people said, well, Karl Malone ain't got no championship, so he should get up. You out of your fucking mind, man? Yo, these niggas don't watch the games, man. This is the mailman talking about the the fourth all-time leading scorer, third or fourth or some shit like that. What's wrong with y'all niggas, man? Like, yo, this man was you know what I'm saying, was putting up, what, 25, 26, 27 a game every year. He was the focal point of their scoring in Utah. Now, he didn't win a championship, but a championship don't define, it should not, it puts a stamp on your legacy, but it shouldn't define your legacy. You know what I'm saying? It can define it, but it shouldn't be the end all be all of your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a big component of, yo, did you win a chip? Because that's where it elevates you to a different room. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that you weren't a great player. Dominique Wilkins was a great player. Charles Barkley was a great player, man. Karl Malone was a great player. You don't just exclude him because he don't have championships. Like, I don't, come on. Patrick Ewing was a great center. They don't talk about Ewing because he doesn't have a championship. I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he better than, would you say he's better than David Robinson? I think they're on the same level, man. When David Robinson got 2 championships, that's because they had Duncan and they actually had a better team. You know, like, you know, they played San Antonio. Ewing was on his last leg. He might have been injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, man. Get that coffee, man. But, you know, this disrespect of Kobe, oh, you know, he had Shaq. What else would they say about it, man? Oh, he just chuck shot his efficiency, all this shit. So I break this down, fam. Kobe never had a playmaker ever in his career on his team. It's like he wanted Chris Paul. Often, they ran a triangle offense, which really didn't require you to need a real point guard. Because they, you know, the ball was brought up by a ball handler that can, you know, bring the ball up the court, pass, and work through a triangle offense. So it's not like, you know, you had a point guard that was penetrating, getting to the rim, and finding open guys and shit like that. You know, creating spaces and, you know, creating his own shot. He didn't have that. Never did. So often, he got the ball when they ran their little offense and moved the ball around, and he would try to get others involved. If they couldn't get off a shot, now you're passing Kobe the ball with 5 on the shot clock. So now he has to take some contested shot. Or often, you know, he's double teamed. Often he's taking contested shots. Now, one of the things, he had great footwork, Kobe. And but you know what I'm saying, like, he didn't create the space like Mike did. Like, Kobe took a lot more contested shots than like highly contested. Like, Mike took contested shots too, but Mike was able to create more space. Whereas Kobe, you know, he hand dead in his face, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he got to shoot the ball, man. And sometimes he made him a lot, sometimes he missed. But that affects your efficiency rate, man, because you're constantly getting the ball, having to create your own shot with less time. Those of us that watch the games know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because you're not going to do what you did with LeBron to Kobe, where you just leave him open. Kobe will gun you down from the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe was a great perimeter shooter. Kobe can go on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start asking, like I said in the previous video, but I be catching these young kids and they oh, LeBron is great, but look at his numbers. Oh, okay, so what's so great about his game though? That elevates him, and you start to get into, well, what does he do? You know what I'm saying? That's so great. I don't see players going to him to learn anything about the game, like they would go to Kobe or Olajuwon or Bird, you know, or other former players to learn skill sets and things like that. We don't see players going to him for that. So it's like, all right, well, how's his post game? How's his perimeter shooting? He has the ability to do these things, right? But is it consistent? You know, like these are questions that they don't ask on TV. Like I said, these type of questions, you know, they get hidden on television because you know it's asking them to think, and we start making them think about it. Yeah, he don't have. Yeah, well, how is he that great? LeBron is a master, right, of manipulating his abilities, man, on and off the court. But he learned how to manipulate his ability on the court by using size and athleticism, right? And he's great at it. You can't deny that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron, when it comes to learning how to use his body to get to the get to the rim, to get himself rebounds, to attack the rim and dunk, pause, to you know what I'm saying? Like he learned how to maximize his abilities as far as his physicality, right? And he does have a slight, you know what I'm saying? He can hit jump shots. He can, you know what I'm saying? Like he can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the ability to do those things, right? Now none of it is consistent, but it's good enough because of his size and athleticism, the way he plays the game. It works for him, and it was able to. It was able, you know what I'm saying, to bring him on a very long journey, a journey longer than everybody else. That somebody said Kareem, well, he wasn't doing. Kareem was winning championships at 41, and then you got to ask yourself this, right? Kareem's still giving you what, 19 to 20 a game at 41. He still was a focal point of the offense. Now they had more balance, and then you had Magic and you had Worthy. So you had Worthy was really your primary scorer, and then you had Magic running the offense. Excuse me. Cooper and Byron Scott. I mean, 1 year Byron averaged 21. So it's not like Kareem didn't have help, but he just wasn't asked to do as much as he needed to. But what about when Kareem was 39, 38, 39? He was giving Boston 30 and 35 and 10, 11, 12, 11 rebounds, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Putting up numbers, man. In his late 30s. All the way up into his 40s. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Magic got a ring without Kareem there. So, excuse me. We're not going to shit on just say, well, Kareem was just because he wasn't putting up 26. LeBron probably takes more shots than Kareem. I don't know about that, but excuse me. You know, LeBron, you know, he plays the game, you know, at a faster pace than Kareem did. You know, LeBron, you know, a lot of his points are cherry picks. You know, not getting back on defense, long rebounds, outlet passes. All this stuff. It's just easy, fast break points. You know, rebounds, putbacks, all that shit. You know, LeBron gets his numbers, right? But it doesn't impact winning the game. Something else I've said. His points don't impact winning. You know, so Kareem's still winning. Then they'll look at Jordan. They'll try to cut up Jordan. Oh, Jordan, he Yeah, he wasn't doing this at like LeBron. Jordan was playing with all kind of fucked up injuries and bad knees and you know what I'm saying. At one point though, when he first came back, Jordan had that team like fifth in the East until he injured himself, man. Uh, it's something we forget about. Jordan. Remember he was coming off retirement. LeBron never retired, so he took two retirements. The first time he came back, he was a little rusty. They made it to the conference finals. They lost. Then he goes back. They won 72 games and three straight championships. He retires again for another couple of years. Comes back at the age of 38, 39 or whatever. Plays two more seasons. Seasons he didn't even have to play. It wasn't needed. You know what I'm saying? Had he not played them two seasons, it'll be nothing, really, really nothing to talk about. But because he played those two seasons, that gives him a little reason to try to take a shot at him. Oh, but his Wizards years, man, y'all not taking into consideration this, but the context coming, he retired and came back. And he's playing with a team that's on rebuilding mode. LeBron doesn't play on rebuilding teams. He trades all those pieces like he did when he came to LA. He wasn't going to play with Randall, and they let Randall go. Then they had Brandon Ingram. He packed them out of there. Josh Hart, all those dudes that we had that are good NBA players now, gone. D'Angelo Russell's gone. Lonzo Ball, he's out the league, he's injured. But Randall and Ingram and Josh Hart are great players. Jordan Clarkson still a solid player. Kyle Kuzma, he got, he was still on the team. Probably was the last one left. He needed some type of young guy. KCP. Saying good player, good role player. But LeBron got rid of those guys. He wasn't trying to rebuild. So with Kobe, when they look at, the Lakers weren't relevant. They weren't relevant because Kobe got hurt. Where's the context? You do remember Kobe getting hurt, tearing his Achilles. He was never the same. Came back injured, and then came back injured again. I'm sorry. Let me take this call, man.